2016. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Last night, Hillary Clinton wrapped up the Democratic presidential nomination, winning Democratic primaries in New Jersey, California, and New Mexico. Her main competition, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, is scheduled to meet in the White House with President Obama tomorrow. It's expected that President Obama is going to endorse Mrs. Clinton tomorrow. So we're set now for the head-to-head matchup between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in November. U.S. regulators have warned banks about potential cyber attacks linked to the interbank messaging system SWIFT. The statement came 2 weeks after the FBI sent a notice cautioning U.S. banks after the hacking of Bangladesh's central bank. Some $81 million was stolen from the Bangladeshi central bank. The attackers attempted to steal nearly $1 billion, but a number of their requests were rejected because of irregularities. The Federal Financial Institutions Examination Council, a group of American banking regulators, reminded banks that unauthorized transactions may subject the originating bank to losses and compliance breaches. This will certainly motivate banks to check their SWIFT connections. The energy company Tullow Ghana, which announced in February that it had a damaged turret bearing on a floating production storage offloading facility called the Kwame Nkrumah off the western coast of Africa, apparently has energy underwriters in the Lloyd's market very nervous. The concern is that the disruption that's been shut down now since February of output from the Jubilee field off the coast of Ghana is going to rack up a massive business interruption claim in Lloyd's. The Insurance Insider understands that at least $1.7 billion of business interruption limit is exposed to issues affecting the floating production storage facility that's been put out of operation. The amount of disruption that's going to be required to repair it's not yet clear, creating huge uncertainties around the size of the claim. Involved in this are the co-owners of the field, Tullow, Cosmo, and Darko. Each have a piece of it. The insurance companies that are involved are Zurich and American International Group, as well as QBE. It's not yet known how big the loss will be, as no loss notifications have been sent to insurers, and reserves are unlikely to be posted until the third quarter. However, some in the market are expecting it could settle in at around $300 to $400 million. Former Cathedral Syndicate CEO Peter Scales is contemplating returning to the market by January 1 with a new startup at Lloyd's. He's understood to be in talks with a whole cadre of former Cathedral personnel about joining him, including John Hamblin, Mark Wilson, Simon King, and Nicholas Destro. All the founding partners of Cathedral, with the exception of Richard Williams, left the business after a contretemps with Lancashire, the new purchaser. It also coincided with a major earnout payment. It's understood that the new company would be looking in the form of a traditional Lloyd syndicate managing agency, and is expected that it would represent itself at meetings in Baden-Baden and Monaco at the reinsurance rendezvous. An EgyptAir Airbus A330 made an emergency landing on a flight from Cairo to Beijing. The landing was made in Uzbekistan after a bomb threat was called in. The plane was on the ground for about 4 hours while it was searched by Uzbeki authorities. No bomb was found, and it proceeded on its way to Beijing. There's shock and anger in the little town of Mosier, Oregon, which is the site of the Union Pacific oil train derailment on Friday, because Union Pacific is beginning to run trains on the track that was the scene of the derailment. There's still a number of oil tankers that remain to be emptied, that are still sitting on the tracks or off to the side of the tracks after derailment. So the trains are being run through at 10 miles per hour, very cautiously and slowly. Union Pacific has emphasized that they are not running oil trains through, simply cargo trains. Locals are saying this is all about money. They're willing to risk blowing us up again for their money to keep coming in. It's just insane. Union Pacific says the community is at the forefront of our efforts and we're aware of their concerns. We will not run any crude oil trains through this area anytime soon. In Paris, the Louvre and the Orsay, the two premier museums, have reopened after several days of being closed because of intense flooding in the Paris area. It's now been released that some 35,000 artworks at the Louvre were moved by staff to higher floors. The French cabinet declared a natural disaster in 782 towns across France. Some 20,000 people remained temporarily evacuated, and 19 people were killed in Europe as a result of the flooding. The Seine River in Paris remains about 10 feet above normal, but is gradually subsiding. And in Nairobi, Kenya, a vervet monkey triggered a nationwide power blackout after it fell into a transformer at one of the nation's main hydroelectric plants operated by the Kenya Electricity Generating Company. The monkey climbed onto the roof of a facility in Gitaru and then fell onto a transformer, tripping the equipment and causing an overload. 180 megawatts of power was cut off immediately, causing a nationwide blackout. Things are now back up to snuff. The monkey fortunately survived. It's not yet known how the monkey got past the electric fences that were designed to, quote, keep out marauding wild animals. We'll see what happens. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you.